All right, guys, real quick video. Got the motor out of this 750 Xi. Pretty much stripped everything I wanted out of it. You guys can see motor's out. I got a lot of these motor mounts, so I don't know that I'm gonna pull them. I might. They really don't. I really don't need them. Again, I have quite a few out of other skis. I might go ahead and pull them. I mean, it never hurts to have them. I'm not gonna pull any more of this. I don't really need any of that exhaust crap or anything in the back there. This pickup looks pretty nasty, so I'm gonna leave it. The screws don't want to come undone. Go ahead and pop the hood here. I did pull the fuel tank out. You guys can see it's gone. Basically everything out of the front. Mostly because I might use the fuel pickups at some point in another project. But anyway, yeah, this is kind of all I'm gonna take out for now. I've got all the electrical, took it out kind of in one piece, as well as the handlebars. So pretty much it makes it really easy to hook things back up as you're putting this together. So with this one having that style kill switch and everything, I might just put all that in the 550 and just disconnect these gauges and the fuel, pick up all that other stuff that I don't need down there. So basically what I'm gonna try to do real quick is get this engine kind of swapped over with the parts off of this one. So originally I thought this was a small pin. Maybe I'm confused on what a small pin and a big pin 750. When I looked up the specs on the Xi 750, it made it sound like it had the smaller crank, which the way I understood meant this was different too. But this went right on. So I'm a little bit confused. Maybe I don't quite understand the difference in the small pins and the large pins, or the big pins. But anyway, this did go right on. So this is gonna go a lot quicker and a lot easier than I expected. I'm still got the other one coming because I do have a 650 as well, in case in the future it ain't gonna hurt to have it on the shelf. So right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna yank this intake off, get these studs pulled out again, swapped over with those studs, get the oil injection system yanked off of here. I'm gonna leave this intake. Don't know which set of carbs I'm gonna use yet, but kind of look at whichever ones look the cleanest and the best shape. At some point this one has been messed with. You guys can see a different gasket there. So somebody's had this open at some point. And then also on the top of these here, you guys can see these were bent over when I got into the engine. So somebody's been into it, not sure what they did, but I wanna get all this stuff kind of cleaned up. I wanna yank the bed engine plate off of here and get it swapped with the 550's engine plate. So that's kind of what I'm gonna do real quick, is get these engines kind of parts swapped around. And then we will mount this in the hole. So pretty simple. I'm not gonna change a whole lot with the electronics. I'm gonna keep the electronics out of the Xi. So I still have the ZXi 750 electronics up there, but I'm gonna keep them because, again, I do plan to rebuild this engine, even if this ends up in my 650 SX, which is a good possibility. That might be where it goes, but for right now, we're just gonna set it off to the side and hold on to it until I decide what I wanna do with it. The 650 down there that's blown up, I'm gonna get the starter, some of the crap I can use yanked off of it, and junk it. So again, I'm not real sure what's going on with this, and I'm hoping that the bottom end everything looks good. I don't think it's going to be the case. I think probably a main bearing issue is what I think is going on, as well as this cylinder has low compression. So again, if you guys watched the last one, this one's about 90 to 100. This one here is like 130-ish. So both are kind of lower. You can get away with running, if you had 120 to 140 on these two, you could get away with running that. It's not ideal. I think a rebuilt engine, you're probably looking at 140 to 160, somewhere in that range. So yeah, it's a little bit on the low side, but I was hoping for the best. But yeah, it didn't work out. So we're gonna go with this one. But anyway, I'll cut right back when I get all this yanked off, and hell, it might even be in the skid. Right, so a little bit of progress. Got the oil block off put on, got the other intake mounted, got the engine plate off. So getting some of the stuff done. Next thing I'm gonna do is yank that bed plate off and get it thrown on here. Well, let me restate that. First, I gotta pull off the crankcase vent down here. You guys watched the last video on how I did that. So I'll get this pulled off and covered up. I'm probably gonna end the video here just because I'm kind of running out of time today. I've got other stuff I gotta get done, so I'm probably just gonna end it here. That way I've got a video for this upcoming, I think Sunday or something like that. I don't know if this will be a Wednesday or Sunday, but that way I got a video for that. One thing I did notice when I was cleaning this engine up, there are some markings on it, so I'm not 100% sure why, unless, like I said, this thing's been pulled out at some point. It's pretty nasty. This whole ski was really nasty. Ski's supposedly out of Oklahoma, but it almost kind of looks like a saltwater ski, so it got me a little bit concerned just because of how corroded everything is. I mean, everything's pretty nasty with white corrosion over it. I mean, again, you guys can see how nasty it is. I actually broke this bolt off trying to get that throttle linkage when I was trying to pull it out of the ski. So it's just really nasty motor. A lot of the stuff was corroded really, really bad. You guys can see here, even on this intake, how corroded it is. So yeah, we'll see. Again, motor does run. We'll see for how long. But anyway, I'm gonna cut it here. We'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching. If you have questions, feel free to ask, and thanks again.